So Jack, welcome back first of all. We know you've been with us for a number of weeks training. How does it feel to be back and how did we get to this point?
It feels very good. From the minute I walked in the door 3 weeks ago, it felt natural. You know, everyone made me feel welcome. It was like I've not been away. Obviously I know a lot of the boys here, I know a lot of the staff, and it felt very natural to come back here and firstly be involved in training, and then it just happened over the last couple of weeks. I obviously impressed the coaching staff, and I was impressed by the way they work and the way the club's heading and what they want to do and get back in the Premier League, obviously. And yeah, I'm happy to be back and just can't wait to get started.
You talked about the coaches. Jason Tindall's obviously someone you know very well. A lot of old faces in the playing staff as well. How important was it to have that kind of connection with the club?
Well, I think that's why I felt comfortable to pick up the phone to Jace. You know, I think it was around about the 22nd of December. You know, I'd been away from the game for a while, been training on my own, but it gets to a certain point where you, as a footballer, you need to be around football players and do football training instead of just running. And I had a lot of time to reflect on what I wanted to do as well. And I picked up the phone to Jason. He was helpful and said, yeah, come down, train with the boys, keep your fitness up, and it went from there really. And I think the fact that I've been here before and I know everyone, that's why I wanted to come back and first of all train, and then obviously now I want to sign and help the team.
And it's been a strange season for clubs up and down the country. How has it been for you in terms of that first bit where you were by yourself doing a lot of running, as you said there, but then coming in with us as well? How's that been?
Yeah, as I said, you know, I did a lot of physical training, but you know, the hardest part was probably mentally and dealing with not being around a team, players, and you know, because you can set up a session, especially with all the COVID rules. I had to set up sessions on my own and do a lot of running, and that was really the easy part. The toughest part was mentally dealing with the fact that I'd spent my whole life, you know, in and around a team, you know, competing with other players, and I missed that. And you know, as soon as I came back in the door here, I had that straight away. You know, I never felt like an outsider, even when I was allowed into training. I was straight in with the boys, involved in all the training sessions, and everyone made me feel really welcome.
And you'll be no doubt aware that there's a lot of games on the horizon for AFC Bournemouth. How ready are you to play in them if you're selected?
Yeah, well, that's with the conversations I've been having with Jace as well. You know, obviously I've done a block of 3 weeks of training with the boys and with the fitness staff, you know, on the days that they were playing. So I am ready to go, but at the same time, this league allows you to get up to speed really quick because of, as you mentioned, the games, they come thick and fast. So hopefully I can be involved straight away and get my match fitness and be available as soon as possible to help the boys.
And 3 weeks training with the side. I'm sure you'll have seen some of our games in the last 2-3 weeks as well. What have you thought of how we're playing, what we're doing, and how you can add yourself to that team?
Well, the team's changed a lot since I was here. When I was here, I was almost like a young player. You know, I think I was 24, and we had the likes of Frano and Chaz and players who were older than me, and you know, I learned a lot from them about the club and about the way this club is run and the non-negotiables that you have to be part of this team, and that is hard work. And you know, I really enjoyed my time here when I was here last time. And as I said, the team's changed, and now there's a lot of young players. You know, I'm one of the older players now, and you know, I can hopefully help the young players and try and get them back into the Premier League, because there's a lot of quality in this squad. And I know as my time in the Premier League, as a player, you want to be in the Premier League, and any time out of it is a year missed, and a year is a long time in football. So, you know, the young players at this club want to be playing at the highest level, and they deserve to be. So let's do all we can to get them back there.
Yeah, and you talk about getting us back there, back to the Premier League, where I'm sure that is the aim for us this season. What about for yourself personally? What do you want to see before the end of the season?
Well, I want to play as much as possible, and the main thing is to try and help the team. It's a difficult league, this one. You know, after speaking to to a lot of the players who have played in the Premier League with Bournemouth, this brings different challenges, and I'm ready to embrace that. And it's also nice to be fighting for something, come straight in, and the team is looking for promotion. They're right in the thick of it. The games are coming thick and fast, and I want to be part of that and try and help the boys.
And you talk about the connection you have with the club. Part of that is with the fans as well. They certainly took to you last time. You seem to take to them as well. It's such a shame, unfortunately, they won't be in the stadiums for the next distant part of the future to see you. But that
wishing me well when I went to West Ham, and yeah, I mean, listen, the club, any club is only as big as its fan base, and I know this fan base have been through a lot with this club, and I think that's why the relationship with the club is so special. And as a player, if you buy into that and give your all, you're going to get love, and that's what I'm trying to do.
And now it's time to get started, right?
Yeah, and I can't wait. As I said, the games are coming thick and fast, and it starts tomorrow. Let's try and get the 3 points.